cell phone video of an arrest has activists speaking up. You can see Sarasota police arresting Chad Washington. They showed up after Washington's fiance called 911 for medical help because he was vomiting and foaming at the mouth. Police said he punched officers and that he was high on drugs at the time. But the man's family says that is simply not true. On Friday, the Sarasota police chief announced an internal affairs review found no excessive force was used and that officers involved acted appropriately because they were attacked. Now, Nightside's Josh Shadorowitz is in Sarasota, where people who are unhappy with that result of that internal investigation are demanding to see some changes.
About a dozen people protested the city commission meeting, not by lining the sidewalks out here, but by lining the seats in there directly in front of city leaders to make sure their concerns about the department made it onto public record.
I'm here on behalf of Chad Washington.
I'm here tonight in support of Chad.
I am also here in support of Chad Washington.
It was a direct rebuttal to the findings laid out by the Sarasota police chief on Friday.
Everyone has biases, and we go and train our police officers to recognize biases and make sure no one's discriminating against anyone.
About a dozen people, including members of the Minnesota Black Lives Matter and Washington's own fiance, took a seat before city commissioners to call out the department and call for
the charges against Chad need to be dropped.
And those officers need to be fired.
In addition to that, we do demand an independent community oversight.
3 things: charges dropped, officers involved ousted, and an independent outside investigation. There is plenty of debate as to what led up to when this video started being recorded the night of March 22nd, but what is clear is the chaos that followed as several officers surrounded Washington, kicking and tasing him while he was on the ground.
Again, I'm at a loss. The inhumanity is just breathtaking.
Washington's fiancée says she's still confused why police even showed up when her call was for EMS.
Chad was not armed. He did not pose a threat. I even stated to the officer, you don't need any weapons. Chad is not armed.
Monday's speakers say this is simply the latest example of ongoing racial tension between police and black people in the community.
There were several very good questions raised here tonight.
City manager only responding directly to say there already is follow-up internally on certain policy procedures, like whether officers should be responding to a medical call like this.
In cases like this, I think it's important we all listen to the different informational materials so we can, as close as we can come to it, come together to identify the problems, legitimate problems, and figure out how to solve them.
Something those who spoke argued is much easier said than done. In Sarasota, Josh Shadorowitz, 10 News.